I think that like we're kind of already in our own pods, our own comfort pods. Even if like we're amongst other people, we still seek comfort in looking at our phone. Like for me, when somebody's talking to me, I put down my phone and I acknowledge them and I listen to them because I think it's courteous if somebody's talking to you, like trying to have a conversation with you. It's best to like get off your phone. But our phone is definitely it's a crutch. It's a comfort zone. It's a distraction from reality. And I think that's what people are missing. I think that yeah, I isolate myself, and I feel like I do it for multiple reasons. Um, be, because it feels natural, honestly, for me to isolate myself. Because that's I was isolated pretty much. I guess I isolated myself when I was younger and like moving around all the time and um. This sounds so crazy. I remember since like I would move around all the time, I would like lose my friends. So like I started getting into football like at 9 or 10 or something like that, 8, and then like I would just like play games of football in my head, go out back, like pretend I was each team, and I would throw the football. So sad. This is so sad to even say and admit, and throw it to myself, pretending like I'm keeping track of the game, like I'm the Broncos versus the Raiders or something like that. Like maybe it's the games I was watching, and I was pretending to be these people myself, and because I didn't have anyone to really, um, throw the football with me. Here and there, the stepdad did, but I just recall a lot of time spent alone, and it might have been just like me, um, being upset about life, about the situation I was in, being confused about the family life, the family aspect, moving around all the time, stuff like that. Really, really has affected me to this day. Um, and it makes me wonder if like subconsciously like I'm always trying to go somewhere else because like that's what I'm used to is like always like never being happy where I'm at. But anyway, like it's I'm sitting here thinking to myself like things are changing in my life. Like I had one kid move out and then you know I'm going to have to. I'm going to be in financial ruins if I don't do something. I won't be able to get my own place. I could stay where I'm at and try to make it. I guess I could work a couple of fast food jobs and yeah, I just don't think that I would be. That'd be like it would just be. It's not that I'm better than. It's just like I'm like 45. Like I should do better than that. Than just because there's nothing else out there. It seems like in my area. And I'm not gonna drive. I'm not gonna drive 45 miles to make less than I was making at the last job I had. It just seems stupid to me. If I'm gonna drive like 45 miles to work or an hour to work, I want to make good money. But unfortunately, like places don't really want to pay people, right? And I just feel like like okay, like we're so used to maybe not everybody, but like there's a good portion of our society who is just used to being by themselves so much that when reality happens or like spending time with people, they still want to get on their phone instead of like being in the situation and then being in real life and then kind of wanting, like, I'm sitting here thinking like there's some major changes like Christmas, right? um I had my both my boys with me on Christmas, and it was such a humbling Christmas. We didn't exchange gifts. I didn't even have a tree up, and basically, I cooked dinner for us, and it was nothing extravagant. I cooked a turkey, and I just like I didn't like some basic like mashed potatoes that were out of a box, or like just basic things that I didn't really have to. I'm not gonna make stuff from scratch. I'm and and we just like sat there watching Christmas movies together. And my one son kind of my younger son wanted to like watch Die Hard. And it's like a Christmas movie. Like, that's not a Christmas movie. It's not, just because it's around the time. It's not really a Christmas movie. But like, and the other son, he seemed more like he didn't, like he was kind of like, I had the feeling like he had to go somewhere. Like he had to go see his friend after spending time with us. And it's kind of like, I thought that the turkey was going to get done at a certain time, and it was like 2 hours later than I said it was. So I'm like having anxiety because I've only made turkey a whole turkey one time by myself, and then and it's not ready yet, and then it's like. But I'm sitting here thinking to myself, like, this kind of feels like this is, um, like, we spent Christmases together, but like, this is like our last one together. That's what it kind of felt like. And this is before I lost my job. And then like yesterday, my kid came and hung out, like my oldest kid. He doesn't live with me no more, but I took him out for his birthday. It was pretty significant birthday for him, being 21. My 21st birthday was pretty lame, honestly. Um, but like, he had a good, like, it wasn't technically his birthday yesterday. It was a couple days after, because like, he has to work, and he's living his life, and like, he wants to hang out with his friends and stuff like that. And um, but like he picked up his younger brother, and then like they went off, did their thing, and they had fun at Dave and Buster's, and they stayed the night, also the night at their mom's house, and then came back yesterday, and it was like like, I don't know, like, it was kind of a weird feel. It was almost like, because I'm so used to saying bye to people, like, and it kind of felt like it was kind of like this is an end, like, because I feel like I have to leave, and I'm not gonna see him. Haven't really seen him that much anyway, but like, I'm gonna have to move far, far away. So like, us all being in the same place together, it kind of felt like I've taken it for granted. And I've had this feeling when they were younger, where like, you get caught up in the whole like um selfish things. You don't really enjoy the kids as much when they're younger. It's a lot of work, and like, they want to play, and you're tired from work, or you're distracted because you're trying. 'Cause I was single, so I'm trying to date, and like, and all that was completely worthless. And then like, and I came to the epiphany, like, before like they were. Man, they were like 9. They're like 10, 11. I was like, man, like, this stage is almost over. of them being like kids. It's like the when they're little like that, when they're before their teens, there's probably like the coolest. Like when they're little kids, it's so cool. Like it's so scary because they're so like vulnerable, um, and you're so worried about them. But like they're so cool. They're so cool. But it's like I wish I could have enjoyed them more. I wish I could have been like played toys with them more and do other experiences. It kind of just feels like I don't know. I just think that like, there's a lot of distractions, and the distractions actually take us away from like what really matters, and we miss that. And even though like time moves on, things change, and like I remember working with my kid at work, and like it was pretty cool. Like when we first started working, my youngest, like it was like I was trying to be like like it wasn't no big deal, and then he's kind of like seeing me at work, like and I'm trying to like act like all stoic and whatever you know what I mean. Like it's not a big deal. We're working together, but it was actually pretty cool. Like my kid was working with me. He's like doing the job, and I don't think that a lot of like parents really have that experience with their kids nowadays. Like they work the actual job with their kid, and that's what like kids and parents used to do like back in the day. Like okay, say if I was a blacksmith, or like a merchant or something like that, I'd take my kid and it comes with me, and then we go and try to sell stuff, or we make stuff. We're working together, and then I pass the craft on to him. With the experience of the job, it was kind of like I liked it because it was toughening him up, and it was like like okay, like today, we had like a certain routine, like we go to work together, driving. So like we went to the store today. Like it like him. He's like little things like this. I opened up the door, so like, and then I let him out, and then I go lock the door, and then like I'm walking after him, and it was like the same kind of way when we used to go to work in the morning, and we hated it. We hated going to work so bad, but it is kind of like a nostalgia type of thing, which is like, wow, things are really changing. Like I'm sitting here like I hate it. I hate this thing. I hate this. I'm so miserable. And it's like, chill out, man. It's like, chill out, dude. Like, what is your problem? Like coming home from the store today too, and like, I hold the door open for him. It's just like we used to go grocery shopping together, and then how things have like changed so much. Um, our life has changed so much that like I might have to seriously consider go living with my mom. And he's not coming. He's gonna, I don't blame him. It's a full house, man, and he's like giving serious consideration to join the military, which is probably really good for him. But then there's this like I'm so used to like when my oldest left, and he and he went with his mom. That was pretty tough. It took a couple weeks to get used to things, him not being there. But yeah, like that. It's different for like a masculine man who didn't have to play both roles. I kind of had to play both roles, but um I favored the more masculine, but like I still tried to do a little bit of nurturing as well. So some things were I didn't do 100% right or whatever, like relying a little bit too much on the video game systems to be a babysitter. But that is it's a huge change when your kids leave the nest. And then I know, like, yeah, what's gonna happen is, like, I'll get used to it, but it's just like this stage is over. This stage is about to be over. And then what am I going to do? I'm so used to, like, at this point being dependent on that. Like, that was like my purpose to keep moving forward. Being dependent on. And that's coming to an end, which is good because I don't want them dependent on me. But I can feel how a woman can feel when their kids end up moving on and they get to the realization that they don't need them anymore. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of a crazy thing. I mean, I've been there since day one. I was there when they were born. I've been there every single day of their life when they're growing up. Well, not every single day. Like, they went to visit their mom for like a month or two or whatever, and but like I've been in there. I've had basically full custody, and I've basically raised them by myself since they were like. Since my oldest was 7 or 8, and my youngest was like 5 or 6. So, it's a change, and it's for me to like keep working. Like I never really cared about building a future for myself when I was younger. I just didn't care. I just did enough to get by, and now, especially now being like an old man, being washed up and, feeling really limited to what I can do. Like I can't even lift heavy weights anymore because my body just, like my joints and stuff like that, they just can't handle it. So like, I went on a run for like 4 miles. It was crazy. Like I did a 4-mile run like 2 weeks ago or like a week ago, something like that. And I haven't ran for like 2 or 3 years, and I used to like to run, and then I just kind of my tendons were all messed up, just not running for like 3 years, and it could have been more. And then just getting up off the couch and running for like 4 miles. Like not many people can do that, but like I can't do things I want to do, and it's frustrating being old. Yeah, I can't lift heavy weights like I used to anymore. I can't run like I used to anymore, and it just feels like I'm so limited, and I think that's like why I feel so miserable in this life. Like I just feel so like things I want to do stuff, like I want to become I want to fight. I want to be I want to train. I want to fight some people MMA, especially people off of Twitter. But I'm so limited because I'm old, and it's frustrating because I still have like a young brain, and I still want to like be creative. I still have like that childlike I still have like that childlike hopefulness. Like that's not dead in me. You don't see my guitar no more. I gave that to my kid. Because I don't play it no more, but I made a bunch of music, and it's just that's what I'm saying. I still have hopefulness, and I've been really, really depressed lately because it just feels like coming to the reality that things haven't worked out like I thought that they would, how I've hoped they would, how, I've tried to do the right thing, and I haven't done everything 100% correct, but I think I've done, things 95%. I don't try to screw anybody over at all. I don't try to screw anybody over it anymore. Um, I never tried to screw it. When I say anymore, it's like, because I used to like hook up, and I'm sure I've hurt some women's feelings, but I don't do that no more. And just to feel like life is still like, it's just like grip tight of struggle and strife, and I just want to like have a good attitude. I just want to like not be upset, not be upset by little things. I just want things to work out. I don't want to like knowing that, like, okay, I was gonna sell my silver the other day, and I went up to the store and it was closed and it should have been open, and just like I did before, it's just like stuff like that is just like things should work and it doesn't, and then I have to like, I'm just tired of fighting. Like, at this point, I'm just tired. It's just it's annoying to have to keep fighting. But yeah, I think that we're already in our pods. I don't know. We just distract ourselves. We do it to ourselves though. We're not like obviously physically in our pods, but we're already in our pods subconsciously. We can't just sit there and like not be on our phones. No, like, like yesterday I wasn't on my phone. I checked it a couple times. When my son was here, like he was there for like 4 or 5 hours. He was here, whatever, and I checked it a couple times because some other things, but like it was kind of important. Like, but like I wasn't sitting here scrolling on Twitter, and I'm kind of just like tired of it. I'm kind of just like, I go up on X. It's just the same thing. Like, it's just seeing, like, okay, the Democrats are sitting here upset, and they just keep on lying, and it's just like, it's just fighting back and forth, and it's like, what, can we just like, you know, we just want to like do good for everybody, right? It's weird that like people don't get that the carrot on the stick is completely gone at this point, and that's why people don't want to work. When it costs like, I think it costs like over $21 an hour to survive where I'm at, and like even if I was an office worker, even if I had that, do you know how I'm seeing so many people on the internet saying like it's so hard to find a job, and then I look at like manual labor jobs, you know, and they don't pay you nothing. And I'm seeing like forklift drivers get paid as much as fast food workers, and it's like, that's so weird. It already feels like socialism in the working class. It already feels, that's what it feels like. It feels like socialism. It feels like communism in the working class. It just feels like it's like the wrong people. And this is why I get so upset with like the office people. It's like the wrong people are getting compensated. They shouldn't be working. They shouldn't be getting paid as much as they do. Like, they're not the ones out here putting their life on the line. They're not the ones out here like hurting their bodies. I know they have mental stress, but like they sit in a chair all day. They sit on like the computer all day. Like you're not doing anything. It's just this 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 video is everywhere, like all my videos, but I don't know. It just feels like I didn't get to finish my talk. My video turned off, so I didn't get to get everything out. So that's why I made another video. But that's why I just thought to myself, like, like we already, it already feels like we're in the pods. It feels like the cell phones have conditioned us, and I probably have talked about this before. I think I recall in one of my other videos maybe talking about this, is like our phones are conditioning us for the digital reality. How much time people like. My attention should be compensated at some point. Your attention should be compensated. And I think that's where the economy needs to go. They make a lot of money off of our data by selling it to ads or whatever, but we don't get any type of compensation from that. We get, oh, it's a free site. Okay, how much have you made off of me? That's what I want to know. And they can figure that out. How much have these companies made off of me? It's kind of like, I heard a statistic where, let's say you make $20 an hour, and the company makes like $80 off of an hour off of your work. I mean, not all that goes to profits. You got to pay for equipment being replaced, or insurance, the building, maintenance, lights, product, shipping. You got to pay for all these different things. But it just seems like, why haven't they not figured out that the people who do all the physical work should be compensated way more? Especially like with AI. Like when is that shift gonna happen? Like, if I had a company and it's like, I have all these office workers that I'm paying way more than the people that actually produce stuff. They're basically like mini overlords. And I can have AI replace their jobs by investing in some type of infrastructure. I mean, it'll work nonstop. I don't have to worry about hiring people, firing people, vacation, people getting sick, people not coming in. The AI just works nonstop. Wouldn't I rather have the AI do the office work? This economy isn't working, man, and I just, the way that our country has been ran is it's been like so hard, man. It's not just economically, like why people aren't mating, people aren't having kids. It's because they don't feel like there's a future. That's why. It's not just economics. It's I don't find many women desirable. Most of the women are taken that are desirable. And then I'm so inundated by women constantly on the internet. Like, even I don't interact, and it still like comes up on my news feed. A woman's like, they're always taking their selfies. It's like, I get it, it's social media, but it's just, it's so much. I'm just tired of it. It's like they almost annoy me when I see women like taking their selfies and posting. It's just annoying. And then like the dating site, just like for me, I was like, this will be a good time of my life. Like my kids will be raised, you know. But guess what? Because I had the thought process of like women my age, well, their kids will be raised too. Well, most women are having kids older, and it's crazy to see like on the dating sites, women my age having little kids, even older, even in their like, man, like almost 50, and they have like kids that are under 10. I don't want to deal with that shit. I don't want to deal with their dad. Like the only way I would deal with the like in that type of situation is if the woman is rich, but she will never give me the chance a day anyway because like she's got to be so obsessed with my status. And like I talked to like a couple like females message me, and they all like, what do you do for a living? Like they always go to that. Like, what do you do for a living? Like I can, I'm gonna tell you, this is the secret to like getting women. You know what it is? Like these red pill guys, like, well, go to the gym, bro. You gotta do this, bro. The secret is lying to them. That's the secret. Because like it's so easy. Like you could be poor, just perceive yourself as rich, and then lie about what you do. All you got to do is like just study something for a little bit, just to get like some type of context of the job. Oh, I'm a Fortune 500. Whatever. You know, I'm some type of dude, bro, that sells stocks. I'm a trader. And then you show up on the date with the Uber. Why do you take Uber? Well, because like I want to have a couple of drinks. Oh, why don't I come to your place? Let's go to a hotel. Like, you just lie. Like, they don't like the truth anyway. I don't think they're really like authentic. I don't think they're authentic. I don't think the average modern woman is authentic. Like when they're covered in makeup and then they're telling you that like you're insecure, it's kind of like, you're covered in makeup. You're afraid to show your real face, and you're gonna tell me I'm insecure? What are you talking about? What are we talking about right? There's so much projection. There's so much projection out here. It's unbelievable. I was gonna stop making videos. Like I said, I just, because it's just like nobody cares. And but like, well, I guess it's cool because like some people who have watched my videos in the past, they've related to me, and I didn't take them for granted. But when you find like content creators that you like, that you relate to, it's like I don't relate to these rich people, man. Like I have come to the conclusion that I'm going to be poor for the rest of my life. I've been poor. I'm going to keep being poor. I'm going to be a slave until I'm dead. And I don't relate to rich people. I don't relate to people like Andrew Tate. I'm like, my time has passed. And I have to accept it. And I don't need red pill guys telling me, "Oh, just do this, bro." Like, for what? For what? Why am I gonna be excellent? For what? To show off to guys? I'm not gay, dude. I like women. And what I see out there, even if they are attractive, what I see out there, they don't deserve excellence. So it's just like, what's the point? You know what's so weird is it's weird because I did so well dating, and I had like, oh my, I wanted to meet women so fast. Like, I started chatting them up on the internet, and it was like, that's, I wanted to meet up quick just to see like if there's any chemistry. Just a little coffee, little drink, whatever, coffee. I like the coffee. Now, I don't want to meet anybody. There was this woman that she lives close to me too. Um and she's around my age, and she's got kids that are still in school. They're not adults, or even almost adults, and I used to like to do one night stands, like not even not even like have to meet them in public. Like, for them to feel so comfortable that they're fine with me just showing up on their house, never even to met me before. That I've done that quite a bit of times. But I'm thinking to myself, let's say I do that. She had some time. Like, and I stopped talking to her. I wasn't interested. The conversation was, "Hey, how are you doing? Hey, how are you doing?" Just such a like surface level conversation that doesn't intrigue me at all. And not throughout the little, well, smack the booty. You gotta be careful with that. Women take it like thing. Like, oh, they're talking about sex. Like, even though I'm just being playful, but so many guys have like, they get like so much crap from guys. But it's like, I could have went to her place and one night standed if I want. And I'm thinking to myself, but what if I get something from her? What if I get like, and I have to go to the doctor, and I gotta pay for this because she gave me something? That's what I was thinking. And maybe it's just because I'm old, but it just doesn't seem worth it anymore. It doesn't seem worth it. And just me being with all those women in my past, not knowing my body count, which is horrible. I'm not bragging. I know guys would just like, oh my god, like, I wish. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. In fact, like, coming back to where I used to be, where I did really well, like, none of them talk to me. And I've hit up, you know, 10 or so. They don't respond. They probably have boyfriends. They probably moved on. But none of that matters. What matters is finding somebody that you connect with and not giving into the temptation. Because when you have somebody in your corner that cares about you, it gives you confidence. And controlling those urges is, I'm a very loyal person. And I haven't been in too many relationships. I've had like, I don't know, a handful of girlfriends. I've been married, had a fiance, dated a lot of women. When you have someone that has your back, it gives you confidence. And some people take that for granted and they think that they could do better than that person when they just all along, like, you know, the perception of this other person, whatever they, if you're a girl, they're like, the guy is like, oh, he's like Prince Charming, everything I want, and then he just uses you. Or like the woman is like, oh man, she's so hot, she's like so gorgeous, and then like you can't even, like, she's completely worthless. Like, she don't cook, she don't clean, she don't work, she's just like a, yeah, she looks good, and but you can't trust her because like she's probably going to go find somebody else. And that peace of mind that um your partner isn't going to go run around on you is golden. But I think that's it for now.